How you doing, folks? Listen, welcome to episode 173 of Food for Thought. So this evening I'm going to go Mexican. So just came by this restaurant, quite a few people dining on it. Price of the steak attracted me, so I said I'd go in and give it a go. Haven't been there before, so listen, I'll go in and sit down now. So see you all later. Bye. Okay, listen, I've just sat down. So here's the menu. Looks very impressive. I love it. They've got pictures on it. So listen, just down to the wines. So either white or red, and then $3.95 glass. I'm just going to have a glass for the moment. Have a look at the courses to follow. So listen, there's more wines. Loaded selection of starters, which I'm not going to avail of. I'm not that hungry. And yeah. So it's a Mexican restaurant. Haven't been here before. First visit. So just briefly taking you through the menu there. Prices are very good. Yeah. Now we go over here. I tell you what caught my attention here. In fairness, if it looks too good to be true, sometimes it's not good. But listen, I'm going to chance this anyway. I'm looking at this 300 gram ribeye steak. Now, in fairness, it looks absolutely gorgeous and very well presented in the picture. So I'm certainly hoping that when I have the meal would be just one. So I'm hoping when I conclude the meal would be good. So listen, back to you in a while. Okay, listen, I've got my wine. So that's coming room temperature. There's my ribeye steak. So it looks good. First thing I notice is the plate is cold. So listen, I don't like cold plates, but I suppose there is a bit of salad on it, so maybe that's the excuse. Okay, back to you in a while. Okay, listen folks, welcome back. I've just concluded, well, I used the word flippantly, concluded, so listen, I'll start on the positive. Okay, the wine was absolutely gorgeous. So here is the remains of my dinner. Now in no particular order, we'll go to the chips. So, in fairness, McDonald's is only a few doors up. I reckon that's where they got the chips. Absolutely McDonald's quality, no doubt about it. The ribeye steak, in fairness, well, it was like minute steak. It was the thickness of a cigarette, to describe it. And listen, you know, it was fairly bland to say the least. Yeah, it was cooked, well done, as I requested. The mushroom sauce, yeah, there's the mushroom sauce. In fairness to it, it had a hint of mushroom. That's the mushroom sauce. And in fairness to the salad, one would imagine they would have put a little bit of dressing on it to sort of pull the salad together, but no, they didn't. So listen, there's the remains. I'll put my knife and fork to ensure that I'm finished. So listen, we'll have a look at the market now in a few moments. Okay, back to you in a while. Alright folks, listen, welcome back. Just getting down to the marking, so I've just gone to a quieter part of the restaurant to mark up for reasons that may be obvious. I'll see you in a minute. So here we go folks, so it's Naco's Mexican Grill, episode 173. Listen, it's too good to be true, maybe it's not true, so listen, let's have a look at this one. So listen, the visual on this one, this is going to be a harsh marking. The visual, once it came out, I looked, wow, it looked so bland, dead on the plate, and the overall taste, listen, as I mentioned, those chips were like McDonald's, where the lovely picture of the cubed potatoes that was in the menu certainly was not what was presented to me. The steak itself, as I said, was thickness of a cigarette, quite a lot of grizzle on the outside of it. Yeah, it was cooked to my requirement, but I tell you, don't think that was a 300 gram steak, so I'm going to mark that 1. Service, listen, service was mediocre. In fairness, I was surprised when the waiter took away my plate with 3/4 of the stuff still left on it. He didn't ask, was there some problem with the meal, which he didn't. Value for money, listen, I'm going to give it a 0. You know, if it looks too good to be true, it's not true. So listen, anyway, listen, it didn't break the bank, but value for money, I'm just going to mark it as a 0. Would I return? Absolutely not. You know, now I know there was quite a few other people in the restaurant. It's on a busy street of restaurants. Maybe I just ordered the wrong thing, but certainly too many good restaurants out there to return to a place like this, so I shall not be back. So well done. Look at this, the total score is 4, one of the lowest ever. So listen, chin I will. Okay, this is the last Spanish review for the moment, and talk to you all soon. God bless. Bye.